Special day, and I'm back with another video. Catch it. Woo! Hi guys, welcome back to this channel, and today is one of my favorite days. You know why? Because today is the day that I get to sit down and break down excerpts from Stacey Amewoye's lovely novels. I have one here and I have another one on my desk, which I'll be introducing to everybody later. And this is basically The Price of Love. It's a new book, hot in town. How to learn. It's hot in town. And basically what Stacey Amewoye is doing is that she's releasing books on a constant pace so that avid readers like myself will have new material to read, you know, all the time, which I love. So today I'll be picking 3 chapters from this book and I'll just break it down, tell you what I learned, and tell you how impactful it's been on my life, basically, and why you need to get it. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. This message I'm going to give to you just a little bit of the whole pie, and I'm going to leave you guys on the hanger so that you can actually buy the book and get other informations aside from what I've already produced here. So you can get this book at staceyfoundation.org. Once again, it's staceyfoundation.org. You can also get it on Amazon ebooks. You can also get it from Apple Books, and what else? Anywhere that they sell books, actually. Barnes & Noble, sometimes Walmart, Target, depending on where you go, because these books sell very fast. But there's still some in stock for now, so please grab a copy now and be a part of the reading train, because we love to read, we love to be educated, and we love to support a good cause, because we all know Stacey Foundation is backed by an engine, which is Stacey Amewoye herself, who has set herself aside to be a voice for the people in the community in Africa and across the globe. So with this juicy intro out of the way, let's get to this video. All right, so like I said, we're going to be discussing The Price of Love. The Price of Love. Yes, oui. Anyways, don't mind me, so let's get started. So the first chapter that I'll be breaking down is, it says, How to Love Again After a Broken Heart. How can you possibly love again after a broken heart? This is taken from page 53, and it is chapter 9. Chapter 9 of The Price of Love, How to Love Again. It's right here. These are the other 2 that I'll be talking about later on. All right, so let's go there, page 53. And I highlighted some things so I don't, go off the script. Okay, so it says, everyone has to heal from a broken heart some point in their lives. Yes, we all know this. Everybody has to heal from a broken heart. And then it gives you a bunch of different scenarios, right? Okay, so it talks about how a relationship usually includes emotion, some type of bondage, be it family bondage and family ties. It also includes some sense of comfortability, because you get used to living with a partner for so long that you get comfortable. And that takes me to my next point, which says in this book, it becomes a routine. You get used to having a person in your life. You get used to having a presence. You get used to having somebody that you have to consider. So it says here, which I'm going to read verbatimly from what I highlighted. It says, you have to work those dull and sick emotions. You have to change your focus, correct your thoughts, improve your self-esteem to heal a broken heart. So to heal a broken heart, you have to first, right, work those dull and sick emotions. Emotions like sadness, anxiety, depression. All of these things can be a result of a broken heart. And one thing that I've learned from this book is that emotion is a big ball that it starts from, like, let's say maybe anger. You are angry at the person for leaving you for X, Y, and Z reasons, and then it turns to sadness, and then it spirals down to like depression and self-hate and low self-esteem and all these things. It's like a big snowball that keeps spiraling down. So basically it says you have to work your door. How do you work? Now the question is, how do you work these door? And Stacey Amewoye does include this in her book. So it tells you the problem and the solution and how to get there. Most books just tells you the problem or just tells you the solution, but it does not connect or tell you the correlation between the two. But this book does exactly that. So it says you have to correct your focus and improve your self-esteem in order to heal. Correct your focus, meaning that now focus on certain things. Don't focus on why they left you or when they left you at the point of time in your life, but focus on how you can benefit from them leaving you and how you can move on. So change your focus. Do not dwell on the fact that the person has left. Do not dwell on the fact that the relationship did not go according to plan, but dwell on the results that, okay, if they've left, then what can I do from now on? Change your focus on the future from the present, if that makes sense. And this is all included in the book. I'm just speaking from notes that I made here in the book. Okay. And then it says you have to adapt different types of methods that can help you overcome this breakup. Adapt different types of method, meaning that there's so many methods out there that you can adapt. One that it says here is actually exercise. It actually says that exercise, go out more, be social, just do so many things and interact with society in general, or your friends or family, or just music. There's so many other elements and methods that you can use to get over a broken heart. And this book says that it's a process. It's a gradual process. You start from number one, being broken, then acceptance. Yes, this book is very cute in acceptance, and I've highlighted it here on page 55. It talks about acceptance. Accept the fact that the relationship didn't go according to plan. Accept the fact that you were dumped, left, cheated on, whatever the situation might have resulted to. Just accept it. And when you accept it, don't blame, because this book talks about how some people tend to blame themselves, some people tend to victimize themselves. And remember that the relationship is a two-way thing. It's two people coming together to form a unionship. So if the unionship does not work, it is not just one person's side. Although one person might have caused a greater amount of, let's say, confusion, the greater amount of arguments might be like the greater portion of the problem, is also you, because it takes two to tango, right? Okay, so it says that acceptance is key, but while accepting, do not self-blame, do not self-victimize. Okay, then what does it talk about again? It talks about the mental stage of stagnation. When people feel brokenhearted, not just in the love aspect, which is something that I love about the book. It doesn't just talk about the love aspect, but it talks about brokenheartedness in like different aspects. It might be in the family bond, there might be brokenness, it might be in a personal relationship with a friend. There are so many avenues of relationships that you can apply this to. And it says, do not remain in the mental state of stagnation. Stagnation means stagnant, something that is stiff, something that does not move. So do not accept the blame, and do not take it upon yourself and stay in that state of mind. Don't stay in that state of mind. Well, how do you not stay in that state of mind? And this book provides other ways that you can try out different methods. Mind you, everybody is different, and this book makes sure to give a bunch of different examples that you can apply to that part of your life. Okay, it says, this part says, you can make the mistake of blaming ourselves or projecting disappointments on others. Okay, so you can either make the blame of blaming yourselves. I said the blame, sorry. You can either make the mistake of blaming yourselves, or you can project that disappointment onto others. Yes, this is so real. How many people have met somebody who they're so negative and they're so broken and they're so down that they project whatever ill emotions and negative emotions onto you? So it is telling you that, number one, beware of those people who tend to do that. And number two, you as that person who's doing that, you have to beware upon how much of yourself you express to other people, because you might be unknowingly projecting those negative feelings onto them. Okay, then it says, hurt sucks, right? This is my personal note that I made. It says, hurt sucks, but you grow and you heal and you recover. Yes, it sucks to hurt. Sometimes, listen, from what I've learned from this book, it has really changed my perspective on what it means to be broken. Because broken crayons still do color, broken records still do play. But it's up to you. It's all a mindset. Do not have a defeated mindset when you are rejected or when you have a broken heart. Because the moment you have a defeated mindset, you're giving that mindset or that negative emotion a stronghold over you. You have to keep your heart wholesome and pure. And the only way you can do that is to accept that, yes, it didn't go according to plan. Two, that I'm not only to be blamed. Maybe I might have some blame, but I'm not only to be blamed, because it takes two to tango. And then number three, you have to work on improving your self-esteem and looking at the bigger picture, and not just zooming or having narrow vision towards that thing that didn't go how you want it to go. Okay, now it says the smartest way to heal a broken heart is to face emotional pain, and this can be found on page 56. The smartest way to heal a broken heart is to what? Face emotional pain. Just face it. People tend to run away from expressing their emotions. People tend to run away from negative things. People tend to run away from just accepting themselves, but don't run away from it. Deal with it. sometimes dealing with it might be, maybe you call the person and you tell them your peace of mind, not in a disrespectful way, but in a genuine way. Pour your heart out to them. I recommend a therapist, which this book says it's not actually me recommending it, it's what the book recommends for you, that a therapist might be needed if it's severe. But it might be as simple as talking to a family member, a friend, or you just writing down your emotions. Pour those, don't bottle them up, because when you bottle them up, you'll be like a ticking time bomb and you'll be willing to explode, and you don't want that to happen, because once you explode, you shut down and you're not willing to accept love again, and you become this loner person. And not being a loner is not a bad thing, but you can be a loner for the wrong reasons and you don't even know it. So basically, just face those emotions, just come to terms with it, just voice it out, just say it, just express it. And yeah, that's what I advise. And also it says that healing a broken heart is more difficult if the partner is still present, meaning that, let's say if your roommate is the person that you broke up with and you're still there, you breaking up with them and you trying to recover from that, or they breaking up with you and you trying to recover from that, might actually prove difficult, because the person is still there. It's like they're a constant reminder. Every time you see the person, you remember, oh my god, this and this happened, oh goodness, this and this happened. So be advised, it might be, it's just what I've gathered from this book, and this book itself by the author Stacey McWee has gathered. And it says that basically, you know what, try and flee from that person. Don't try and flee from expressing your emotion. You can do that, but once you do flee from it, try to be in a different position. If you're in a place where you're still in a relationship with the person, and like you're still with them, you're friends and all these things, but they live with you, and you've broken up romantically, but you guys want to remain friends and all these things, it might really be difficult for you to move on, because whenever you have a small chance, a small room, those emotions might just come back and it might trigger a whole lot. So try and mentally block them from your head if you cannot physically block them because you live with them or something like that, or you have to see them daily. It might be your co-worker, your classmate, just etc., you know. And then that concludes the whole dealing with a relationship thing. So let us recap 5 things that you have to have captured from this little thing that I said. There's more to capture, but 5 things that you have to capture are: number 1, you are not to be blamed. You're not the reason why the relationship went the way it did. Even if you were, it is not your fault. You didn't know any better. Yes. So number 2, acceptance. Accept that the situation has come to an end. Accept that not everybody is meant to be forever. Accept that people come in your life and go. Accept that. Accept that about yourself, and accept that about the situation. Number 3, you have to face those emotions. You have to come to terms with them. You have to voice them out. If vocalization is what is your thing, vocalize them. If talking to a therapist is, talk to them. If venting to a friend is, whatever you have to do to be able to release that bottled up emotion and that thing that is in you that is eating you up, do it. It's better to be late than sorry. It's better to just suck it in. It's actually worse to suck it in and be like, oh, I'm okay. Meanwhile, you're dying on the inside. Why would you want to do yourself that to yourself, you know? So that's that. And then also another thing that this book talks about is refocus. Move your attention from, okay, this has happened to me, the victim role, to, okay, moving on. What can I do? How can I do this? And do not rush to a relationship. Don't rush. And then lastly, this thing that I learned from the book is that you can distract yourself. Self-distraction is something that helps a lot of people. The book talks about the pros and cons of self-distraction. Number 1, if you distract yourself, then guess what? You might not have to think about the person as much. They might not be on your mind, and it'll be easier for you to deal with the breakup. But on the flip side, if you distract yourself and that distraction is no more, you still think about the person. So I prefer that you heal and then you forget about the person and then try to just distract yourself. Because if you distract yourself, the downside is, what if the thing that you distract yourself with is no more, and then you have something else? That is why you do not rush your relationship after you break up with someone, because they might just be used as a way for you to distract yourself and you realize that you don't actually really love the person. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is just the first chapter. I'll be doing a second one soon, and then a third one soon, and then possibly a fourth. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Please show your love. Know that you're supporting a good cause. Go to staceyfoundation.org. Once again, it's staceyfoundation.org. And today, if you're wondering what we were talking about, the topic was taken from chapter 9, page 53 of The Price of Love, and it's basically how to love again after having a broken heart, or you can replace it and say how to deal with a broken heart, like how to move on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching it. Bye.